I'm about to show you how to write 5-figure sales emails that books more calls, nurtures leads, and makes closing easy without using shitty templates or getting writer's block. I've read over 500 sales emails from the best email marketers in the world and have personally written over 50 sales emails. And in this video, I'm going to tell you the secret about writing high converting sales emails. Let's get straight into it. So, what makes a good sales email? It's simple. 3 things. It builds rapport or builds a good relationship, makes them know, like, and trust you, nurtures leads, so gets them aware about their problem, that they have a solution to their problem, that you have that your solution is the best solution, and about your offer, right? It nurtures them through that process and just gets them to click somewhere else, either your landing page or your YouTube videos, gets them to go somewhere else, either to sell or to go deeper and more involved into your world. So here are some pre-writing questions before we even write the sales email. Here are some questions we have to answer. So before you start writing your email, you need to know your target audience better than he knows himself. So this is Luke from the Tate Brothers. He's Andrew Tate's cousin, if you guys know who he is. He says, you cannot teach sales copy. Good sales copy is a culmination of life experiences. Sales copy is all about building a connection with your target customer and seeming authentic. If you're talking about working hard every day and you don't work hard every day, it won't seem authentic. Basically, what he is saying is you have to write with empathy, right? If you're writing a sales email about working hard every day and you don't work hard every day, it's not going to be good because you don't experience that. You don't understand that. 80% of copywriting is knowing your target customer or doing market research, writing with empathy. My golden rule is if you can't write a sales email in under 10 minutes, it means you don't know your audience well enough. So what exactly do we need to know about our audience? We need to know their beliefs, desires, fears, pains and failures, suspicions, and doubts. This list is what's called the customer bubble. So here's the book Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. This is what it says. People will do anything for someone that encourages their dreams, justifies their failures, allays their fears, confirms their suspicions, and throws rocks at their enemies. In order for us to do that, we need to understand these 6 things, right? So here's the pre-writing template that I do. So I fill out this template, and by filling out this template, I pretty much done 80% of the work. So first we write the problem, the solution, the call to action, and we use those 3 to formulate a big idea. So here's an example. So here's a problem. Not being able to capture attention. That's the problem with TikTok Shop, right? Solution, the scroll back strategy, right? And the call to action, book a call. So here's the big idea of the entire email. The reason you're not succeeding in e-com is because you're not focusing on capturing attention. Attention is key. One method to capture attention is using the scroll back method. If you want to learn other strategies just like this, check out this page. You see how I just used the problem, the solution, and call to action to formulate a big idea. Once I have the big idea, I don't follow some stupid template like problem agitates solution or disrupting tree click. I don't follow that. I just go off of the big idea. The big idea is 80% of the email, right? So now writing the actual email. To write the email, you need to know the structure. So here's the structure of a sales email. There's a subject line, hook, body, call to action. Fairly simple, right? So let's start with the hooks. How to write attention grabbing hooks. Here are some hook guidelines. Short and catchy, builds intrigue to read the second line, and the what's in it for me is in the first 4 lines. So what does this mean? The what's in it for me is basically the big promise. Why should they read your email? The reason why they should read your email should be in the first 4 lines. So you need to give them the promise, the big promise about the email in the first 4 lines of the email, right? No later. So here's an example. It's from Wiz of Ecom, right? Bad news. Someone who I thought was my close friend stole my 3-step offer promotion strategy for Twitter. So I might as well dish it out to you before he does it and takes all the credit. By the way, number 3 made me $40,000 in 7 days. I didn't want to give this away. I kept it exclusive for my clients originally, but now I'm left with no choice. So save this email and come back to it when you're about to promote on Twitter. So, bad news, short and catchy. And it builds intrigue to read the second line. Bad news, what's the bad news, right? That's what the reader's thinking. Someone stole my system, right? And I'm about to dish it out before he takes it. There's the promise, right? By the way, it made me $40,000 in 7 days. There's the other promise, big, right? See, so he just made the promise in the first 4 lines, short and catchy, and it builds the intrigue to read the second line. So when you're going over your hook, just use this guideline as like a checklist almost when you're writing your hook. Now, here's how you can write body copy effortlessly, all right? So there's a couple ingredients that goes into writing the body copy that I need to cover first, right? So let's cover curiosity first. Here's how we use curiosity. You want to reverse the order that you say things in. So here's an example just off the top of my head. Instead of saying sales is the best skill you should learn, you should learn sales because when you learn sales, you learn how to persuade people. And once you learn how to persuade people, you can sell anything and make money with anything, right? Instead of saying that, because that's no curiosity, that's you just making a statement. Instead, say, if you learn this skill, you can learn how to persuade anyone. That means if you know how to persuade anyone, you can sell anything and make money with anything. What's the skill? What's it called? It's sales. You see how I just reverse the order I say things? Now let's cover NSBE. NSBE is how we invoke emotion into our writing. So we use this by invoking these 4 emotions: new, easy, big, and safe. Or safe and big. I flip-flop them there. So here's an example of new. This little known trick can increase your sales by over 40%. Little known evokes the emotion of new. Oh, this is new. Not a lot of people know about it, right? Easy. My done for you plug and play ad system will bring in 10 to 20 qualified appointments, right? Done for you plug and play invokes easy. Oh, I don't have to really do anything. It's not that much effort, right? I can just lay back. So that evokes easy. Big. How to write 5-figure sales emails, right? That implies, I can make a lot of money with sales emails, right? That's evokes big. And then safe is like, here's a predictable, reliable way to bring in 10 to 20 appointments every single month, right? Safe, the word reliable evokes or predictable evokes the emotion of safe. Oh, it's safe. It's gonna work, right? So here's an exercise for you. Write out the email. Don't think about NSBE. Don't think about anything. Just write out the email, and then go back and modify every sentence or every 2 sentences or 3 sentences to include any one of these 4 emotions, right? So remember the template we filled out in the beginning: the problem, solution, call to action, and big idea. That's everything you need to write the email, right? Like I said, all you have to do is follow the big idea. Once you have the big idea, you just follow it, and you follow it the best you can, and you use curiosity and NSBE to make it more juicy. That's how you make the body copy juicy, by using curiosity and using NSBE to evoke emotion. But all we're doing is following the big idea. You don't need a PAS or DIC, just write. All it takes is getting that first line on the page. Once you got that first line on the page, from there, it's just following the big idea. You just follow the big idea the best you can, and you use curiosity and NSBE to make the copy juicy. Again, if you don't know what to say, it means you don't know your target customer well enough, and you need to do more market research. That's simple. Now, how to write call to actions. Don't make this mistake. When writing call to actions, all you are doing is selling the click. All you want to do is make them curious to click. You're not selling your program in the email. You're not doing any of that. All you're doing is building intrigue so they click on the link, right? Remember, the whole goal of the email is to get them to click, to get them away, right? Imagine email as short form content. It's short form content. All you do is you get them hooked back into your world and you send them somewhere else. That's the goal. So use this by saying, here's a solution, right? You're talking about solution. The solution, blah, 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 blah. By the way, click this link to learn more about the solution. Said solution, right? That's all you're doing. Here's an example from Zarak, a very successful email marketer. After creating an AI copywriting SOP with my lead copywriter, he quadrupled his output and I ended up letting go of my A+ copywriter as a result. I tell the story on this page. In conclusion, copywriters who use AI are going to replace copywriters who don't. And if you want a head start in the AI copywriting arms race, then you need to read this entire page. You see how he doesn't sell his program or even mentions it. All he does is makes you curious to read more. It's like, oh, if you don't want to be replaced by if you don't want to be replaced by AI, then read this story. You need to read this story on this page. Now, how to write click-worthy subject lines. Now, why did I put the subject lines at the end? Well, because I personally like to write subject lines after writing the entire email. Because when you write a subject line, then you have to write according to the subject line. And you'll write the entire email and then you realize that the subject line doesn't really relate to the email, right? So I like having context about what the email is about, then writing the subject line. So here's some subject line guidelines. You want to keep it in between 30 to 50 characters or 4 to 6 words. This is not a must, but you will get more clicks when you follow this. It needs to invoke what's in it for me, right? They're only going to click if the subject line makes it clear that, hey, there's some value for me, right? There's some value I can get out of this. 3, it builds intrigue, right? It gets them to click. Oh, right? This is interesting. I should click on it. And then 4, it relates to the email, right? Now, I don't like templates or plug and play stuff because that shit doesn't teach you how to think, right? There's no cheating with subject lines. You just have to think. You have to learn how to think. You need to use the guidelines that you have and just write out 5 to 10 subject lines and see which one follows the best guidelines and choose the best one. That's really what you do. That's really what you have to do. And that's what I do. So instead, use these guidelines in your email to put together a subject line. Use the information around you to put it together. This is why I like to write my subject lines after writing the email. Now, even though I said I don't like templates or plug and play stuff, here are some traditional plug and play subject lines just so you get the idea. Do not rely on them. It's going to teach you how to be brain dead and not think for yourself. Only use it if you're really struggling to come up with an idea. So here's just some subject lines you can use. Don't copy these like all the time, please. So how to double your conversion rate overnight, easy fix. Why being a closer makes you good with girls. Number 67 AI copywriting tips. Secret, the dirty secret about YouTube ideation. Direct benefit, 40K in 1 week, right? Truth, the truth about copywriting. And single/only, the only sales trick you need to know. Right? Here's just some examples. Don't copy them word for word. Just think. Use the things you know and think. So now that we know how to put together a sales email, a quality sales email, let's analyze some winning sales emails to see how it all ties in together. Now, I'm not going to go over the entire email. If you want to do that, there's a link to just in the description for this exact doc where you can read the entire email for yourself so you can get some context. So we're just going to analyze each section of the email. So the best ad I've ever written. Now, here's George Ten, a very good marketer. So the what's in it for me is like, oh, this guy's obviously a very successful marketer. He's just going to share me the best ad he's ever written. So that's the what's in it for me, right? It's 6 words, good. And it builds intrigue. Oh, like, ooh, what is the best ad he's ever written, right? So the hook. Are you struggling with selling your products and services online? Gets them to read the second line. And the what's in it for me, right? Now, in the body copy, he goes over the solution is positioning. That's the solution to this problem, right? So he follows the big idea. He goes here, blah, blah, yada, yada. And here's the solution, positioning. And you can learn it tomorrow when the doors, it's supposed to say doors, open to copy thinking community. Read more about the offer here. You see how he just says positioning. And you can learn it here tomorrow by going here. Read more, right? So he uses the CTA perfectly. The body follows the big idea. And the subject line is perfect. The hook is perfect. So here's the big idea, just to give you more context. Can't sell online products? You think it's because your copywriting skills aren't good enough, but it's not that. The real problem is you don't know positioning. You can learn positioning here. If you read the email, that's exactly what it is. Example 2 from Charlie Morgan. My stupid, simple $1 million acquisition method. He's gonna show you free value. That's the what's in it for me. You get some intrigues like, oh, what's the $1 million acquisition method? What does he use? And he uses Nesby even in this email. My stupid, simple, right? That invokes easy. That invokes easy, right? And then $1 million a month, big, right? Hello, Thomas Dos Santos. I'm about to drop a truth bomb that might make you uncomfortable, but if you want to scale your business properly, listen up. Now, Charlie Morgan writes B2B, so he has to write a bit more formal, but this is an excellent hook. I'm about to drop you a truth bomb that might make you uncomfortable. It's like, oh, what is it? What is it? Right? But if you want to scale your business properly, listen up. You see how he's using curiosity? He's making you want to read the second line, and he's giving the promise. The promise is, if you want to scale your business properly, then read this email. Listen up. So the problem, shiny objects, right? Complicated funnels, webinars, challenges, unique mechanisms. So the solution is simplicity. So being simple. One high ticket offer, one main channel, one repeatable sales process. And call to action is book a call. He uses these three to turn into a big idea. If you want to scale your business profitably, stop using shiny objects, keep it simple. Countless businesses have turned their sales around by keeping it simple, and so can you. Click the link to book a call. If you read the email entirely, you'll see that he follows that to the T. So, email marketing is just one piece of the puzzle. So, if you're a coach or course creator, and if you want to scale your info product business with high converting backend systems completely done for you, then go down in the description, click the link, and book a call. Hope this video helped, and see you in the next one.